Hi guys, it's me Jace. I'm back with another tutorial, and this time we are going to do a very special project. It is a project that is very close to the hearts of one of our favorite loomers, one of the most generous and kindest loomers that we know on Instagram, and they are P and C, better known as Loony Loomy on Instagram. Yeah, I am not well, it's not that I'm not jolly, but I this is a very special project because we are going to do a bracelet that is dedicated to their uncle who is suffering from liver cancer, and um, they just wanted to do this bracelet as a tribute to their tribute to their uncle, because they would like to, make him feel special, at least during these very trying times. So this is Loony Loomy. She has one of the most amazing profiles, very talented loomer, and all around wonderful person. So the bracelet that we are talking about today is a bracelet that is called Tommy. Okay, Tommy is the name of their uncle, and we would like to dedicate this tutorial to him, and hopefully you will enjoy it. This is a very interesting, versatile bracelet, and I really like it a lot. There's so much character in it. It's cute and fun, and but at the same time super strong, so there are characteristics about this bracelet that is very interesting, much like things that reflect personalities. So I hope that you guys will try it, and I hope that you guys will join me in supporting this particular campaign, and that we wish Pebbles and Carmen's uncle all the best, and prayers for Uncle Tommy. This tutorial is for you. So let's get started. The first step that we need to do is to select the colors that we will use, and we will be using 3 colors for this afternoon. Our bar pin setup is the regular standard setup, which is everything is just in a straight line, and I will be using 2 bar pins long, bar kits long, to be able to fit a full wrist wrap. Okay, so we will start with our first color, and what I did is I consulted P on what colors Uncle Tommy wants, and she said that he's a huge fan of DLSU. Go Lasal. Okay, so I am using the De La Salle colors. Okay, so what we will be doing now is to lay bands first in the middle, bands that will be going all the way up, and I am using, starting with green. What else? Alright, so we will start from the bottom. We will use 2 bands for everything in this design. We will put 2 bands going all the way up. For my wrist, I assume it would be around 20 to 22 gaps long to be able to achieve a full wrap like this, which is about 22 gaps long. So you can go, oops, sorry, yeah, so that's 1 2 3 4, so that's how you can determine how many gaps your wrist might need for this. It's a very nice strong bracelet, and we want to make sure that Uncle Tommy enjoys it. This is for you. And I'm one person who's very particular about family. I always tell everybody, no matter what happens, no matter how your family is, they will always be family, and that is the one group or place you belong in, where they will accept you for whatever you are. I used to tell my friends back when my parents were still alive, that what I miss about them is that no matter what mistake I make, I could always go home to them, and that I think is very nice. The values that are taught to us by our parents is very important, and I, for one, can speak very well of that because I am an adopted child, but my parents sent me to the best school possible. I'm sure that you can tell that I was at least given very good education for me to be able to speak this well, compared to someone who could have been who could have just been left in the orphanage or in the nursery of the hospital where they got me. So I think that there are so many things that we should be more thankful for. I had very strict parents. Oh yes, they were strict, but if I were to look at everything else that they've done for me, so that's more important. So yes, this bracelet means a lot to me too, because when it comes to family, that for me is always very special, and I will drop everything for them just to be able to make sure that we support each other. Okay, so hold on, let me just double check. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 15 16 17 18 19 20. So I'll put, I think, one, two more. Yeah, two more there. Okay, I think that just about fits my wrist pretty well. Okay, so now for the next step, let me just consult my notes just to be sure. Okay, we will be applying the horizontal bands that go across, and these bands start from the second row. Okay, and you will again use two each, and for these bands for that section I will be using two whites. Okay, very VLSU. Okay, so we got two whites right there, just across, all the way up, all the way up to the end of the loom. Okay, so we're putting two whites there. See, very nice and simple, nice and clean. Okay, see, very easy. So I'll be back in a few seconds, and let me just finish this. I don't want to take too much of your time and bore you. Okay, so give me a few seconds. Okay, so we've laid our horizontal bands, and so now we are going to lay the cap bands. Okay, the cap bands will go on each side of both ends of the pegs. Okay, and we will be starting from the second one, and all you have to do is to just put a cap band right there. So I am using my medieval silver for that. Okay, I really wanted to make this bracelet masculine, so if ever that you feel like I'm lacking in color, that is on purpose, because as you know, there's no way men can really wear super colorful, unless it's, and especially that this design is somewhat frilly. It is something that has to be tamed in terms of color. So, but it's really fun. I think that it's a beautiful design, and I'm sure that you guys are gonna like the end result. Okay, so you can see with this one, I get a lot, very playful and nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and I'm going to put the cap bands all the way to the end. Okay, I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so we've laid all the bands for the bracelet, and now it's time to turn the loom around. Ta-da! Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to add a cap band on this particular segment, because that is the end part of the bracelet, and you would like to make sure that that is secure. And I'm putting two cap bands. Okay, it's like going two and then it's out of focus pala. I'm sorry. Hi, it's so hard to look at the camera from here. Okay, well, the first thing that you need to do now is to loop all the bands from the sides. Okay, coming from the cap bands, you go all the way up. Okay, I think I'm correct. Okay, so hold on, let me just double check. I believe so. Yes. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. One second, let me just check my notes. I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly. Cross looping. I'm taking a look at my notes just to be sure. You'll never know. I might be surprised. My bracelet looks so different. Okay, so we are supposed to loop from here. Yes, okay, I was correct. Huh. I was just making sure. I don't want to shock P with a different bracelet. Okay, so we will be looping from here. Okay, the first peg going up to that peg above it in the center. Not above, not above it. Sorry, the peg at the center above it. Okay, and then you get the other one and do the same. You know, forgive me if I did not tell you that you should have used very flexible bands. So for those who are just reviewing it for the sake of knowing the design first, very good. You should use very flexible bands. For those who did not pick flexible bands, don't get mad at me, but I'm sorry. You have to bear with it, and I hope your bands will last through up to the end of the bracelet, till we complete the bracelet, because some bands are not as strong as others, and so we will do our best. There. So you just have to keep going all the way up that way. You have to hold on to the cap band because it tends to fly off. Okay, so just keep doing that all the way up the loom. Oh, sorry, I was covering you. Sorry, I'm so smart. Okay, so you just keep doing that. Okay, so there. Basically, what you need to do is to make sure that everything else is evenly pulled upwards. Okay, there. It's also sometimes a matter of skill. You have to feel if you're pulling the bands somewhat equally. You can tell if one is tighter than the other side. You would really like to balance that because that is important. Okay, so there. So all you have to do is to just keep doing that. Keep crossing it all the way to the center, and I will be back in a few seconds. Okay, so I've looped the bands in the middle all the way up to the end of the loom, and now we are going to do the last step. And so it's actually, if you notice, it's only 2 steps. Okay, so the last thing that we will do is to loop the green band that you have under here. So we'll be going from under. Oops, hold on, you might get the wrong band. Okay, hold on, let's fix that. Make sure that you get the right one. See, because it's hard because there's a lot of bands under there. So what I'm trying to get is just the bottom 2. Okay, there you go. So you get the bottom 2 bands, and then you loop these upwards just like that. Okay, now there's some color in the layout. Okay, so you just keep getting those green bands, keep looping them up. Okay, so we are accomplishing our target color scheme. Okay, so I hope Uncle Tommy is happy to see this color combination. Hold on. So we will just keep on getting all of these up all the way to the end. Okay, so we will just keep on looping all of these, and then I will be back after a few seconds, and because I broke a band. I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so we've gotten to the last part of the bracelet, and we are finally ready to lock it. Yay! So I have my 2 bands with me, which will serve as the lock for this. So as you all know my style, I go and put those 2 under, and then catch it with my hook, bring it inside, and then lock it right there. Ta-da! Yay! So we've got our bands safe and secure. We can now start picking on each of them to release them. Okay, so very simply release the side cap bands. Okay, release those one by one, and then also from under we will just be releasing it slowly that way. Okay, because you don't want it to go out of shape. So I will release all of these, and then I will be back in a few seconds and show you the final product. So here's your bracelet. Okay, so as you can see, some of them are still disorganized, so all you have to do is to just start pulling them out. Pull out those ears. I'm sure Looney Mommy Pebbles is laughing at me right now because she remembers a joke I made on one of my tutorials about pulling out the ears. Okay, so to be able to bring out the design of this bracelet, you have to somehow tug a bit more and then let it come out. Okay, so to balance things off and make it look cute. So this is the bracelet that Looney Loomy made, PNC on Instagram. Looney Loomy, very talented Lumas and very good tastes. So there, basically you just really have to organize how you want it. If you want it to curl upwards or outwards, that's just how you do it. But as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a cute bracelet. And of course the colors are dedicated to Uncle Tommy, and so is the name of this bracelet, which is called Tommy. So here's this wonderful De La Salle inspired bracelet for you. It's called the Tommy, and everybody in the looming community wishes you the best, and our prayers are with you. So hope you like this video, hope you like the tutorial, and I hope you like the bracelet and how I delivered it. Thank you so much, PNC Looney Loomy, for giving me the project, and thank you everyone. Please hashtag Looney Loomy, Jace Alvarez, and of course the Tommy bracelet. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.